Hi everyone, welcome back. Today is a very exciting video because we are finally trying Lisa Eldridge makeup. This video has been probably the most requested video I've ever gotten. For a long time, people have been asking, suggesting that I try her products, and I ordered a bunch of things. We're gonna try them all today. I'm so excited. If you're new here, my name is Blair. I do all kinds of beauty content here on my YouTube channel. I hope you'll subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get into it. All right, let's start with just an overview of what I purchased. So I got the Elevated Glow highlighter. I got the skin tint, which is probably the thing that is the most asked about and most highly requested and recommended by all of you is the skin tint. So I got that. I got one of her eye palettes in Vega. I got a lip gloss, the Kitten Mascara, one of her new melting lip colors, and then a lip liner as well. So I didn't get everything, but I got a pretty good assortment of things here, and you know, I'm sure I'll try more in the future. But let's get started. So I guess we will start with the Elevated Glow, the Seamless Skin Elevated Glow. I got the shade Crystal Nebula, and I need to pull up on the website exactly how you can use this. So it's really nice frosted glass bottle with the gold lid. I love all of the packaging and just the branding in general on her products. I think it's so pretty. So it has a really big chunky doe foot applicator, and this is the shade Crystal Nebula, which I think they described as a warm champagne. So that is Crystal Nebula right there. So it's very thin feeling, and it doesn't look like glittery at all. It just has a lot of shine. Like, look at that. So pretty. It's like that wet kind of glossy look without glitter. Very, very pretty. Okay, let me look up how I'm supposed to use this. It says apply a couple small dots of the product directly on clean skin after moisturizing. Blend and smooth a thin layer into the skin using your fingers or a brush. And then continue for additional glow and shine. Add more once your makeup is finished. Okay, so you can apply this like a primer or like a traditional liquid highlighter, I guess. Okay, so we'll do a little bit of it before makeup. I don't want to do too much. I've already done my SPF and my other makeup, but I do kind of want to do just a little bit of this beforehand. So I'm just gonna kind of do it where I would like the typical highlighter places, tops of cheeks, chin, maybe like a little bit there. I don't want to do too much. I think I might just use this Sephora 47 brush. I just got this for my new Sephora collection skin tint. But I feel like this would actually be a good brush for this because it's kind of flat, so you can really blend with it. Feels like nothing on the skin. Like, it doesn't feel like makeup at all. It almost feels like kind of like a skincare product, like a serum. So there is the product. I mean, it kind of reminds me of like a Flawless filter, that type of thing, but I want to say maybe the pigment level is even more sheer than that. This is mainly just a lot of glow with a little bit of like a warmer champagne pigment. But it looks really pretty. We'll probably apply maybe a little bit of this later on in the makeup, but I wanted to use it like it tells you to in the directions. So I like that it doesn't feel super tacky on my skin either. It really feels like it's set down on my face, which is nice. It doesn't feel oily or greasy. All right, now let's move into what's probably the most anticipated product for this video is the Lisa Eldridge Seamless Skin Enhancing Tint. So many of you told me that you love this and it's like holy grail for you at this point. So I can't wait to try it. I have swatched this shade when I got it in the mail because I wanted to see if it was good. But this is shade T6, which looks like this. It looks like a little egg. It's kind of flat on one side. I'm gonna shake it up because I know it says to shake really well. And several of you told me that you like to apply it with your hands and then go over it with a brush. I'm not usually a huge hands person with makeup, but I feel like this texture might apply the best that way. I'm gonna pull up the directions here and see what it says. Okay, how to use. Lisa recommends starting with 2 drops for all over light coverage. Shake the bottle well. Apply 2 drops on the back of your hand and pick up with fingers of the other hand. Dot evenly across cheeks, chin, and forehead. Use fingers or a dense kabuki style brush to gently smooth formula evenly across the face in a thin layer. 2 drops doesn't seem like very much. Okay, I think I'm gonna use my hands. All right, so 2 drops is not very much. That is 2 drops. I'm gonna do 3 because I just don't think 2 is gonna be enough for my whole face. I will say this shade is a really good match for me. It's truly a neutral undertone, which is very exciting and very difficult to find. Nowadays, at least. It seems like no brand is making like a truly neutral undertone, so I was very happy to see that. And okay, I'm just gonna blend this in with my fingers. Maybe I'll try a brush the next time I use this. I do feel like the texture definitely feels like something you would apply with your hands, but we'll try it another way in a different video. Okay. Several of you told me that you liked it under your eyes also, so take it there also. Okay, I'm taking that number 47 brush that we used for the Glow product and just kind of going over it. I don't think I really need to do this, to be honest, but I know several of you said that you do this after you apply it. The texture on this is truly thin and just weightless. That's kind of the word that I think of when I'm applying this. It feels truly like nothing. Similar to the Chanel Le Beige Water Fresh tint, but this one is not as watery of a texture as that one. But it's very thin, like so thin it feels like nothing on your skin. So if you like very, very light coverage and something that feels like basically nothing on the skin, that is what this does. That's what it is. So there it is on my skin. Now, obviously it doesn't give much coverage at all. This is definitely a light coverage product. So you can definitely still see all of my skin peeking through it, which is fine. But the shade match is like spot on. So if you are a shade twin for me and you go off of my shade recommendations, T6 is like truly spot on match for my skin tone. So this almost has a little bit of like a blurred quality to it, kind of similar honestly to the Sephora collection Reveal the Real skin tint that we tried a few videos ago. This one just has less coverage than that, even though that one didn't have a ton of coverage either, but I think this has even less. I mean, it looks incredibly smooth on my skin. Like it truly just looks like my skin. It doesn't look like I have makeup on at all. And obviously you can still see my skin through it, but it just adds the slightest bit of an evenness to my skin tone, even though my skin still peeks through it. And like I said, it's laying like beautifully on the skin. So far so good with this. And this is, you know, something that I would wear on an everyday basis, because typically for just light everyday makeup, I wear something like this, like a skin tint product like this, and then I'll use a concealer that has more coverage where I need it. That's kind of my everyday go-to kind of complexion formula. So this is definitely something that will fit right into my makeup routine. So I'm happy with this so far. Now, I have some other things to try, but I'm gonna do the rest of my face makeup and then I'll be back and maybe we will apply a little bit of this over the top. I don't know, I'll have to wait and see what my makeup looks like at that point, but I'm gonna apply some more and then I'll come back and we might apply this over the top. All right, I did base, brows, and I just primed my eyes with a little bit of MAC Paint Pot and Painterly. And I'm trying to decide if I want to do more of the glow. I feel like we already have a lot of glow, so I don't think I need any more glow, to be honest, on my cheeks. Let me know how you use this product if you have it. Do you do it on top of makeup, underneath, both? I guess you could also mix this in maybe with a foundation or even a moisturizer, but let me know how you use yours. All right, for the eyes, I did get one of the eyeshadow palettes. This one is in the shade Vega. And to be totally honest, the times that I've considered ordering from Lisa Eldridge, none of the palettes really spoke to me that much. None of the color stories really spoke to me. Like some of them, I felt like I would use some of the colors, but not all of them. And I still feel like there isn't a perfect color story for me. I would like to see just like a true neutral palette, but I went with Vega because I thought it was the most like something that I would use. Although I probably would not use these two shades, like this gray blue and this kind of, I don't know if it's black or navy. I guess maybe it's black. I can't really tell. But the other colors I would use on a daily basis, I think. So these are very creamy, very, very creamy. The swatch is reminding me of like the YSL mini clutch quads. That's what the texture of these is reminding me of. Oh yeah, they're super creamy. I'm just swatching these quickly so I can kind of get an idea of what I want to do. I think that might be navy right there. I was thinking when I ordered it, it was black, but I don't think it is actually. Let me look at the box. It says lamp black. So maybe it's like a black with a little bit of a blue base, maybe? I don't know. It looks a little bit navy, but those are the swatches. Really pretty. I can already tell, very creamy, luxurious feeling formula for sure. Okay, I'm very unsure of what I want to do, but I guess we'll just start with this kind of gray taupe shade right here. And I'm going to use this Sigma E25 to apply this, and I'm going to go on my lid with this color. This formula also kind of reminds me of Tom Ford Cream to Powder. Like the cream quads, those are kind of reminding me of this a little bit. I like this color though. It's like a really light, kind of a taupey gray. And it's not too dark, which is nice. If you have the Lisa Eldridge eye quads, let me know which ones you have and which one's your favorite. There was another one I was looking at, I think it was Cinnabar maybe, that was more like pinky tones, but I don't know, I didn't feel like, I don't use a ton of pinks on my eyes, so I don't know, I just couldn't, I had a hard time picking, but I think this one is definitely the most like something that I would wear. Okay, I'm gonna take this little 211 from BK Beauty and I'm gonna go into the brown, so this one right here. And I'm gonna add this in this outer corner. Oh, this formula, this eyeshadow formula, this really creamy, almost like a velvety texture. This is like my favorite. If I could choose an eyeshadow formula, it would be this. Just like, or similar to the YSL quads. I love that kind of formula. I just think it's so soft and just very luxurious feeling, which I would expect from her. So I'm just adding a little bit of that. I'm not gonna go like crazy with this palette today because my base makeup is pretty like light and natural, so I don't want the eyes to be crazy dramatic. But the blend, I can already tell, is impeccable. All right, now I'm gonna go into this one up here, which I think is Moon Swirl. It's kind of like a platinum silver kind of color, and I'm gonna use my finger with this shade, and I'm gonna go just kind of like on the outer half of my lid with that. Honestly, this color would be really pretty all over the lid too, as like a one and done shadow. Oh yeah, that's a beautiful shade. All right, and then I'm gonna take this shade down here. It's a really beautiful, like, it's not really champagne, it's kind of like an icy, maybe like an icier champagne. And I'm gonna try a brush with this one. I'm gonna use the 203 from BK Beauty. I just kind of want to see how this applies with a brush as opposed to my finger. And I'm putting this in the inner part of the lid. Okay, so it applies beautifully with the brush also. The formula is stunning, stunning. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with a little bit of face powder and just kind of blend this edge over here because I don't want it to look harsh at all. I want it to be really soft. I'm just using the powder I used on my face, which was the Makeup Forever HD Skin. I wasn't gonna use the other colors, but I think we'll take just a little bit of the blue gray, which is Smoke and Mirrors. And I'm gonna use a little baby brush. This is a 204 from BK Beauty. And I'm just gonna stamp that shade on the outer half of my lash line just to get like a little bit of that color in there. Since it's there, I don't want to not use it, but I don't want like a super smoky eye. I mean, that shade is beautiful though. Wow, that like blue gray, it's not really a shade I would normally go for, but that is beautiful. I could see if you have gray hair, like I'm thinking of Baume right now. I feel like this color would just be so pretty on her. She has like blue-green eyes, and I could definitely see this being so pretty on her. Baume is my grandma, if you were wondering. We call her Baume, but I could just see this color on her eye color would be so pretty. We're just gonna go for it and go in with the black now. I'm switching to an even smaller little brush. This is a Refer 29. It's like the tiniest brush that I own. It's like a flat top little brush. I'm going to just kind of stamp that black over where we just put Smoke and Mirrors, but get even closer to my lash line. And I'm going to apply a little tiny bit out here in this outer corner and do like a little baby wing. It says she's not going to apply all the colors, then proceeds to go in with all the colors. Oh well. Okay, then I'm going to take a little bit of the first shade again with a little pencil brush, and I'm going to put that one on the lower lash line just lightly. So there's the eyeshadow. Absolutely stunning. I mean, beautiful. I have nothing bad to say. Formula, the color story, not typically what I go for, but I have to say I love how it looks. I think it's beautiful. Such like just an elegant That's what I think of when I see this. This is just elegant. It's classy. You know what I mean? I don't know. I do think it's beautiful though. I really, really like it. And the formula is 10 out of 10. Okay, I did not get an eyeliner. I had one in my cart, but then I talked myself out of it because I have quite a few eyeliners. I just didn't feel like I really needed it. Let me know if you have an eyeliner from her and you love it. My next order, maybe I'll pick one up. But I did get her mascara, which we're gonna try. But yeah, I was gonna pick up, I know she has the new Kitten eyeliner, the liquid pen, but I was gonna get one of the pencil eyeliners. But I think I had ground coffee in my cart, but then at the last minute I ended up taking it out. But let me know if you have it and you love it, and maybe I'll get one. Okay, I'm just curling my lashes now. And let's go in with the Kitten Lash Mascara. Now, this is in black. It does not come in brown. I wish she would do brown. And I feel like her kind of brand aesthetic, it makes sense to have a brown mascara, but it's a gold tube. Maybe she'll do it. Oh, I didn't realize actually it's a curved wand, which I love. It's a rubber wand and it's slightly curved, which is my favorite. I love a curved mascara wand. Let's go in and try this out. Okay, a lot of length. Definitely more of a dry formula, which I don't mind at all. If I were picking, I would choose a drier formula. I would say very, very separating for sure. Separating and lengthening. So I kind of used this side of the wand first, and now I'm flipping it over to the part that's arched. And I'm using that to kind of go back over it and kind of push the lashes up a little bit more. That's generally how I use this type of mascara. There is one coat of it. Very pretty. Definitely not, I would say, a volumizing mascara. This is definitely going to be for length and definitely for separation. So if you like that kind of lighter, wispier look, you might like this. I do think it adds some length, although I will say that my lashes right now are pretty long. So I'm starting out with pretty long lashes to begin with. I would say the most it's doing is separating them really well and coating everyone. Okay, so there's one coat on each side. I mean, tons of length, tons and tons of length, and very, very separating. I really like that a lot. Not clumpy at all. The formula wasn't clumping like when I pulled the wand out, which I like. I also like that it's more of a dry formula, but this wand is like right up my alley. It's not too long, it's curved, but just slightly. Hopefully it wears well and doesn't smudge or anything. I will update in the description box like I normally do, but I really like that. I really wish she came in brown. Maybe she'll make brown at some point. Okay, let's do lips. Now I have one of the lip liners. So this is the Sculpt and Shade lip pencil. I got the shade 1N. I kind of struggled with the shade, but I went with this one, so hopefully I like it. There was another shade I was kind of looking at. I think it might have been 2C maybe, but then I think that one was actually out of stock, so I went with this one. So it's just classic gold again with the color lid, which I actually like. And this is shade 1N, so let me swatch it. It's like a warmer brown, like a medium toned brown. Honestly, I probably could have gone with 0N also. This one is definitely a little bit deeper. Very, very pigmented. Pretty creamy, but doesn't feel like it would be too creamy so that it would move around. I do wish it had a brush on the end. I do like it when lip liners have that. I'm gonna kind of go over the edges just a little. Then I have 2 lip products, so I guess I'll apply both so you can see both. I have the gloss and the new one, which is the melting lip color Balm, I think. And I got this shade Epanoui. I'm probably saying that incorrectly, but I kind of had trouble picking the shade on this also. So I went with this formula because I like a balmier type of lip product typically, but I know a lot of you would probably say I should have gotten one of the lipsticks. So if there's a lipstick by her in a color that you think I would like, put it in the description box and I'll try it out at some point. But this is the kind of product I wear most often. So this is the shade Epanoui. Looks like a nice kind of a rosier pink. It's really nice. Feels very hydrating, but it has almost like a waxier consistency to it, but like a really smooth, comfortable waxiness. That's probably the wrong way to describe it, but it does have like a thickness to it that kind of feels a little bit waxy or balmy, I guess. But that's a beautiful color. A little bit more pink than I would normally go, but you know, I could also change that up with a different lip liner maybe, but the shade is very, very pretty. Kind of, I don't know, kind of looks like Pillow Talk, but a little bit warmer. I do like it. And then the gloss. So I got this shade Muse in the gloss, and I got this shade because I got a message on Instagram from one of you, Lydia. I think you watch my videos, and you said that you love this lip gloss color, and it looked like the kind of color that I also love. So I got this color, and it does look like the perfect shade right here. So that's the shade Muse. Obviously I have a type, as you can see by the swatches, but you said that this was your favorite color, so that's why I went with this one. I want to take the lip balm off because I feel like if I put the gloss on top, we won't really be able to see the color very well. I think that kind of stained my lips a little bit, so we may still not be able to see it very well. All right, now let's go in with the gloss. The gloss doesn't have a smell or anything. The gloss texture is so nice, wow. Oh, it kind of almost feels like a lip oil. Kind of like a lip oil and a gloss, but like a thicker one, which I personally love a thicker lip product like that. That is beautiful also. Very similar color actually to the Balm. Not identical. I think the Balm is a little bit more pink. This one's a little bit more nude, but the tones are definitely a little bit similar. All right, that is everything that I got from Lisa Eldridge. I want to go through everything and kind of give you my thoughts. And I'll tell you the products I'm most impressed by, but I will say you did not steer me wrong with this. These products are beautiful. I mean, they're so just luxurious, and they feel very intentional. This whole brand feels intentional. All of the products, you don't feel like they were made overnight. Do you know what I mean? It feels like, and I'm not surprised that she was very involved in this and definitely thought out these products, the formulas. You can just tell it all feels very intentional to me, which I absolutely love and I would expect from her. But let's kind of go through my thoughts on these things. Okay, the Glow, I keep forgetting the name of this, the Elevated Glow Serum. This is a pretty product. I already have a lot of glow typically when I start my makeup, so products like this are a little bit more difficult for me to incorporate just because my skincare routine is always pretty glowy. But it did provide a really beautiful radiance on my skin that does not look glittery or shimmery, and it doesn't look super texture enhancing either. It looks pretty smooth on my skin for a product this dewy. I would love to know how you use this. If you have this, how do you use it? Do you apply it before or after makeup or both? Do you mix it? let me know. But I mean, I think it's a beautiful product. I love that it's not shimmery, but it still gives that like shiny, wet effect, which I really like. Product I'm definitely impressed with, and this is one of my favorite things for sure, is the skin tint. You were not wrong on this. Those of you that told me that you love it and it looks like nothing on your skin, it just is very blurring and perfecting. I totally agree. Shade T6 is a spot on shade match if you're around my skin tone. And I mean, this is beautiful. I do think the directions do say to use 2 drops of it. I don't think 2 drops for me is gonna be enough. 3, I would say at the least. If you have very even skin already, 2 is probably fine. I mean, it does spread quite a bit when you blend it on your hands first and then apply it. It does spread, but I don't know that 2 drops would be enough for most people unless you just have really flawless, very even skin, which if you do, go for it. Apply very little and I bet you will love it. But what's the most impressive to me about this is the weightless feel and look on the skin. It looks like nothing. It just looks like your skin, but a little bit better. I would say the same about the Chanel Water Fresh tint. That one is just a different consistency. Obviously, it's a water tint. It has like 70% water in it. This one feels more like a skincare, very lightweight serum type product, but the effect on the skin is the same. I can't wait to keep wearing it, testing it with other things, but I'm very impressed with this for sure. The other thing I'm the most excited about is actually the palette, and I'm kind of surprised because I wasn't sure about this. I kind of mentioned this earlier, but I wasn't sure of what palette to get from her because none of them, when I've seen them online, really speak to me, but I know this one is really popular and I can see why. I mean, I love this on my eyes. Like I said, it's not what I go for typically. This is very cool toned for me, but I gotta say, I really like it and I can see how this color story would be really flattering on a lot of people. And the formula, I mean, color story aside, this formula is 10 out of 10. Luxurious, creamy, just buttery smooth, just easy, almost applies itself. I mean, it's just a gorgeous formula. It reminds me the most of the YSL mini clutch quads, which I love. I have like 4 of those. That's what this reminds me of. I love this. Packaging is beautiful, stunning. The lip products. Love the lip liner. I think this is a beautiful color. I kind of wish I had gotten 0 in instead of 1 in because this is a little bit dark for me, but I can use my little lip brush and kind of blend it out like I did today. But formula is very nice, very creamy, kind of falls right in between creamy and waxy. It feels like a good hybrid of the two. So I'll wait and see how they wear or how it wears throughout the day, but I do like it. This is nice. And the lip products, the balm and the lip gloss. I will definitely keep reaching for these, especially the gloss because I love a lip gloss. And this formula is so nice. I don't even know how else to describe it, but it's so nice and thick, but in a good way. I don't mean thick like in a gross goopy way. It just has a lot of, feels like it will stay on the lips. That's one of the reasons I like thicker feeling lip products like that because usually they last longer. And this one just feels extremely luxe and hydrating on the lips. So I love the gloss. And I like the balm too. I mean, this is nothing revolutionary. We've seen this type of product over and over again, but I mean, it feels great on the lips. If this is the type of product that you like, it's just a very hydrating tinted lip balm, basically. But I like it. The shade that I got is beautiful, Epanoui. It's a little bit more pink than I normally go, but I do think the shade is beautiful. Oh, and the mascara. Okay, this I'm very impressed with, and I didn't expect to like this much, but I love how this looks in my lashes. This is how I like my lashes to look. If I could choose I would always choose something separating and lengthening more so than volumizing. That's just kind of my personal preference. But this formula, I already like it. And this is the first time I'm using it. Typically mascaras, I like them more and more as they've been open for a little while, but this one I love right away. So that is good. I would say my top 3 would be the mascara, the eye palette, and the skin tint. But I'm happy with all of it, and thank you all for influencing me because this was definitely very, very highly requested. Like I said, so many of you have asked me to try it or have just recommended it to me, so thank you for recommending this brand. I cannot wait to try more in the future. If there's a product I didn't try that you think I would really like, let me know in the comments and I will pick it up at some point and try it out. But thank you for watching. I will have all the products linked for you as always. I do use affiliate links that support my channel when you shop through them. Thank you so much. And if you're new, I hope you'll subscribe and make sure to follow me over on Instagram at simply.blair and TikTok simply.blair1. And I will see you again very soon. Remember, simply be you. Bye.